My name is Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Silsbach here on YouTube, and I've made a lot of different videos on numerous different topics, but today's video is something different because I've never discussed this, and it wasn't until I was sent a video by a specific user who watches me asking for advice on family dysfunction. Now when I say family dysfunction, I mean family members who you love and care for who are either in jail or in prison or who are addicted to drugs. I've never really talked about this very much on my channel, mainly because it's a sensitive topic for myself, because, well, I have my other side of my family, which is, I would call, dysfunctional, and when I watched this video by this young girl, I could definitely relate to the things that she was expressing, but most of all, the question that she asks near the end, and when she expresses that she feels guilty, and that she feels like it's her fault for what's happening to her brother. This is a video response to her question, but until then, please watch her video, and her video is down below in the description. Once you watch her video, show her some support. I have a book here called Boundaries: When to Say Yes, When to Say No, Take Control of Your Own Life. This is a very, very old book, and these are two psychologists which wrote this entire book on boundaries. This deals a lot of things with, like having a dysfunctional family, having someone in your family who you love and care for doing drugs. And I want to read to you a small section out of this book, because I think it really will help you understand. I don't know your name, I apologize in advance, I don't know your name, but to you, the girl who made the video to me, I want to just read part of this book, and it's titled, "But I'm Your Brother." It says, "Another frequent dynamic is the grown sibling relationship. An irresponsible adult child depends on the responsible adult sibling to avoid growing up and leaving the family. We're not talking about true needy siblings who have a mental or physical impairment, but it's the irresponsible child which continues to play old family games well into adulthood. The tough issue here is the guilt and pressure you feel because it is your brother or sister that you love and care for. I have seen people do totally crazy and unhelpful things for a brother or sister that they would never do with their closest friend. Our families can tear down our best built fences because they are family." And I 100% agree with that part of this book. I say this because in your video, you express that you feel guilty about your brother, that you feel kind of like it's your fault, that you are very, very close to your older brother who is an adult, and you're only 15 years old. However, you feel you're already, by definition, more responsible as a 15-year-old female than your brother who went to rehabilitation and he just keeps going on his same ways over and over and over again. And you are feeling like it's your responsibility, or you feel guilt from the actions that your brother has been doing. And I just want to say that it's not your fault. There are going to be people in any family, specifically dysfunctional families, there are going to be family members who will tear the family apart. For example, in my own family, and I'm not going to go into detail about this, but on my mom's side of the family, there is a lot of drug addiction. We have a certain family member who's not allowed to come to our house. And the reason she's not allowed to come to our house is because of the influence she has, but second, she's a drug addict, and third, she's a family breaker. There are those people in your family who, no matter how much you try to help them, no matter how much you support them, even if you get them in rehabilitation, that they're just going to go right back into the same ways that they were. It's unhealthy, and when you have these dysfunctional family members live with you, it can actually clash your real family together and separate your family. Because it only takes one dysfunctional family member who's maybe addicted to drugs or who's stealing to destroy an entire family. And when you have people like this, no matter how hard it is, you need to cut them out of your life. Now, I'm not saying to cut them out right at the start, but if they keep coming back and you keep helping them and then they go back to the same pattern over and over and over again, it's going to be recycled trash. You're going to be on repeat over and over again, and in the long run, this is going to cause your family, your own family, which is healthy, is going to cause that dysfunction because you keep bringing in this unhealthy person into your life. And from watching your video, I can honestly say that it seems like your family has the right type of mindset. You've brought your brother back in your family several different times, and each time he just does the same thing, goes back to stealing, and he goes in the same pattern. And there's going to be that time in your life, or your family's life, where you just have to say, we're done. We're done. We've tried helping you, we've gotten you help, but you still continue down a path that we cannot support and that we can no longer help you. You're not welcome to our house anymore. That's basically what your family has done, and that is a very smart move on your family's part, because if you just keep continuing bringing him back in, it's going to cause your family more pain in the long run. But I can honestly relate to your situation, and I just want to say to you that it may be painful and it may be difficult to outcast your brother. But in certain situations, like the one you've described here, where he keeps coming back and he keeps going the same pattern, you have to do it for your own family's sake. Because that one person can destroy a perfectly healthy family. And that's the last thing you want, is to have your mother in tears, your father in tears, and your family break apart because of one person who is so self-centered in their own needs and own desires of drugs that they are willing to destroy your family because of their selfish needs. I just want to stress again that it's not your fault for what your brother has chosen to do. You're not responsible for the actions of any of your family members. You shouldn't blame yourself for what your brother is doing. And I realize how hard it is, because you truly love and care for your brother, and to see someone you love and care for go down the wrong path, it is hard. It is difficult. And sometimes it's the hard lessons that your family members or dysfunctional families members have to go through before they may get right in their head. And sometimes they even if they have a big lesson, they still choose to go down that wrong path. And when they do, there's nothing you can do to stop it. You just have to let them go and let them destroy their lives, because nothing you do or say will convince them to do otherwise. Thank you for sharing your story with me, and I hope this was helpful in some sort of way. My name is Mr. Repsion, also known as Daniel Solzbach. Thank you for watching, and peace the rep out.